You didn't show up in person, so I'm gonna penalize you. But Your Honor, I'm here on camera on Zoom. Don't that make any difference? I'm here. I'm actually here. But you're not physically in the courtroom, motherfucker. So I'm gonna make a judgment on you based on default. Default is like denial. Default is like denial. Come on, Judge. Kubota? You gonna default me? Yeah. How many faults do you have, Your Honor? Cheating on your wife? What did you do? Standing there with your cloak on, with a fucking gavel in your hand, telling me that I can't defend myself, Your Honor, because I'm not physically in the courtroom, but I'm on screen, Your Honor. Huh. Mighty white of him to decide to support the NAACP. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Who donated to that fund, right? I mean, I'd like to tell it to the judge. If I did, well, there would have been more sanctions against me, but I was a good boy. Was a good boy. And I shut my mouth. Okay, Your Honor, sir, sire, Your Majesty. Your decision. I don't agree with it, sir. The people that stand before you are liars, scammers, cheaters. They push God in all their sentences, that God is looking after them. And they're righteous people when they've been doing wrong to people all their fucking life. But you go in a court of law, and they gotta find some reason to throw a wrench in the machinery, where if it would have turned out the way it should have turned out, it would have been these mofos that owed me fucking money. Lots of fucking money. Now that's a fact. Now, I'm not in denial that I didn't show up physically in a courtroom. You remember this little thing about Hawaii? Well, if the tables were turned, they'd be paying dearly to me. But they had no money anyway. But I was a nice guy. When I was having them evicted, they came up to me in the hallway of the courtroom. And I was there with my attorney. And while he was there, well, first of all, let's back up. And I really don't want to talk about them, but let me finish this up. Because I'm making a point here. Point is that under the circumstances, I did not have to give these people any time to get their shit together and find a place to live. They caused enough damage to me and my unit. But the nice guy that I fucking am, despite the circumstances, I said, after he practically begged me in the hallway, look, could you give us a little bit more time? I mean, I'm being sincere with you. I mean, we'd appreciate it, you know. Because she was told that your asses are evicted. You're evicted officially. Judgment went down on them. But we don't talk about that, do we? No, we don't talk about that. Got a judgment on their asses. And I finally got them out of what used to be a happy home. They occupied my former space, which was only word I could describe it was my sanctuary. They destroyed my sanctuary, which was my home, for many, many years that I upkept. I created memories. They ripped up my home, and I'm the one that gets the judgment because I wasn't physically in the fucking courtroom. How fair is that? When I was in the courtroom, electronically, that's what they do. They're the ones that even gave me the goddamn number of the Zoom. What did that mean? What did that say? Okay, I made the assumption that it was all good. I was in that courtroom. But no. I don't know, maybe he just made a payment to the NAACP. I don't know. The poor tenants, they were just ripped apart by me. I was going around like a madman, looking in fucking windows. They say that they never caused damage to my unit, that they never tried to get my brother thrown off Section 8. The one they called Uncle Al. Am I making my point to you guys? To finish the story on that, I was being a nice guy. I said, okay, I'll give you a week. That'll be Friday. But you gotta be out. Okay, thank you, man. I appreciate it. The strange thing was that the horrible landlord that I was supposed to have been was invited to barbecues. Oh, birthday parties, events, came over and gave us food. The wife or girlfriend volunteered to cut my hair for free. Well, I don't know about you guys, but if I was this demon of a landlord and I did all these devious, nefarious things, why would they do that? And why would they invite one of their other children from another island to spend a whole month living there amongst this nefarious landlord? Okay, made my point. That's the cutoff point. No more to say on them. You make your own judgments. And you usually do. Everything's a court of law here on YouTube. But court of law is not on YouTube. It's in a courtroom. That's what I concentrate on. I can say anything I want on here. Don't mean it's true. It don't mean it's not true either. Okay. Because the free ride, that's right, Judge Kubota, was a free ride, was over, and they knew it. Hey, I was nice enough to, hey, they asked the judge. Okay, they're being evicted. Well, how long do we got before we have to move? And Judge Kubota says, today. They're like, what the fuck? What are we going to do? So, when the gavel went on and all this shit, you're evicted, motherfuckers. In the hallway, he's begging me to give him some time. And the nice guy that I am, and knowing what I went through with these motherfuckers, I said, okay, as long as they're not going to be out of my once happy home, I'll give you to the end of the week. I'll give you a week. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, get the fuck away from me. That's the kind of guy I am. I will give people a chance or something. I am capable of showing some compassion when it's due. They didn't deserve one iota of compassion, and neither does somebody else. So if you think I'm a hardliner, you got that goddamn right. If you think I'm hard-nosed, you got that goddamn right. If necessary. Other than that, I'm just a regular guy. Nothing too special about me. I'm just your average guy. I'm getting older, like everybody else is, trying to live a happy life in a relationship. I'm no different than, Joe Blow from Tuckahoe. I want a good life. I want to be happy for how many years I got left on this planet that we call Earth, or is it really hell? It's according to how you view things, what your perspective is. It's up for interpretation whether your life is hell or your life is bliss. You make that determination by how you live your life. And when you make mistakes, you own up to it. You put your boots on the ground, you dust yourself off, and you say, hey, I was wrong. What I said or what I did. And you fess up to it. Now, I will not fess up to doing something wrong in a certain Hawaii situation. Because the truth was, and let lightning strike me right now. Right now, I'm outside. If I did anything wrong, the fact is I did not. Never mind the hearsay on YouTube. They just want to pull your chain. But I'm the guy that sets the record straight. And I'll spend the time to do it. I have no problem with that at all. They were not good tenants. They were tenants from hell is what they were. And when they seen they probably going to have a hard time to find another place to rent, knowing that I had the house for sale, well, light bulbs went off. Oh, yeah. Went from 25 watts to 150 in a New York second. Maybe I can make some money off this guy. Maybe we could sit down and put our heads together and we could say, hey, let's tell this lawyer that he did this and he did that. And of course, with the help of Dead Man Fazio, get videos together to try to show me as this evil bastard. Well, I'm no innocent on YouTube, but I'm not an evil bastard. I've had my moments like anybody else, but I do everything for a reason. For a reason. And anything I state about anybody on YouTube is something that's already been demonstrated. Good example, their own shows, on and off camera, that everybody else besides myself has seen. That's what I base things on. I don't go around making up stories that, this guy's a real evil bastard if he's not. I see goodness in some people that nobody else wants to see goodness in. I think most people have a good side. I even think John Blaze has a good side. Have you noticed my change of tone lately? Sure, John Blaze attacks me and he calls me a hater and all that stuff. But John Blaze knows I'm right. He's even got a few health concerns because of my time that I spend on here. My time, I don't get paid for it. Nobody gives me nothing on Gcash. I'm not monetized, but I spend my time talking to a bunch of fucking trolls that hate my fucking guts. Well, basically, they're sock account people, but okay. I'm not getting money from this. I don't get paid for this. I take my time, and if Fazio would have listened to me, that's right, and I'll say it 1,000 times. He'd be alive because of me if he had listened to me to get the fucking hyperbaric treatment. I'll say it again and again about the hyperbaric, the hyperbaric, the hyperbaric. Just like that motherfucker said, pedophile, pedophile, you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile. Why is he in jail now? Why has he got a case coming? Because he called me a fucking pedophile, that's why. Is that good enough reason for you guys? How about him threatening my life? Is that a good enough reason for you guys? Is it? Put yourself in my shoes. If you wear 9.5 to 10, I don't have big feet. But I always give a big shoe, a really big shoe. Yeah. Blaze's opinion changes by the hour. You're right on that. You're right on that. Wait a minute now. The closet, Jerry the Fairy. Jerry, you tried to sneak in, but you're going back out. Bye. The closet experience is actually Jerry the Fairy. The Philippines and beyond. Oh, I can't figure things out on here. I'm probably the smartest motherfucker on the Philippines genre to date. Yeah. Yeah, I lived in Lincoln Park, wherever that might be. Lived in denial in Egypt. I walk around committing crimes, horrible crimes. I sing a song around a 9-year-old kid that was determined to be the most evil thing in the world, a Muffin Man song. It was very real. It did inadvertently have to do with a man who had a fucking penis the size of a fucking small mushroom, because he did. But I never said the word C-O, it ends with a K. Never even said the name penis, did I? No, but I was attacked for that. Why? Because they could. And nobody was sitting on my lap, poop eye. Maybe you should eat the corn out of your own shit. Maybe you'd have more nutrition. I can imagine what you look like right now. Probably a scrawny, big belly 40 years ago. God damn, get out of the past and live in the present, that's what I say. Pull yourself out of your ass. Pull yourself out of your fucking ass. Seriously. Making skits about everybody, because that's all he knows how to do. Well, it's easy to talk, but you gotta walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk. Like walking the dog. Dog needs to go out. You gotta walk the dog. He's gonna shit and piss in your house, in your domicile. Why shit on yourself and put lame shows on when you know you're the lamest person on fucking YouTube? But you make skits. Poop Eye special, Poop Eye shorts. Meanwhile, he's probably laying around with his shorts on all day, smoking his Camel and having his fucking scotch. Then gets on his little scooter pie. Meep, 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 meep. To go to the bingo parlor. Oh, stifle yourself, Robert. Stifle yourself. Jesus Christ. Anyway, things are what they are, but you could make it anything you want to be. You could be delusional and say, I'm a great guy. I never took money from these women. I would never do anything like that. Meanwhile, his present girlfriend, hey man, can I get 500 pesos so I could order out some food? I got no money because my Social Security, they stopped it. Meanwhile, he's got about 9,000 American dollars in his account and he ain't got no money. He's got no money. No. But people are gullible enough to believe that shit. Maybe I'm one of the most astute, the most alert, the most progressive thinker on fucking YouTube. Because I see through all this bullshit when some people just don't. Oh, so let's see, there was a judgment against me. Let's go back to that one again. I have to do that a little bit more. Who's being judged now? By their God. Their God that they said all the time is going to protect them. Where are they now? I bet their family is separated. I bet the grandmother passed away. There goes her fucking Social Security check. Did they finally found a place to live? Or did they have to divide the family because they couldn't find a place that would rent to an African American family? And there's no racism involved here on my part, folks. That was part of the problem that they had. I'm just stating the facts, son. And a big family at that with dogs. Dogs that they allow to piss, to urinate and defecate in the very place that they are paying rent to, that they are renting. Well, that's what happened. Dogs were pissing and shitting everywhere they wanted to. Before they moved in, I brought brand new carpeting in those bedrooms. Do you know what it looked like when I walked in there? Do you know my state of mind when I saw what I finally was able to see? Because I had the legal capacity to enter that because there was a judgment. So they got their judgment against them. Okay, they got one against me, but I did not have a chance to say shit. Things might have been a little bit different. But I got their judgment against them. They had to get their fucking punk-ass motherfucking asses out of my sanctuary. And that's what it was. I trusted people in my sanctuary to take care of my sanctuary. A lot of memories. Me, my dog, my girlfriend living there with me. Although she was a nutcase, she tried to kill me in the car. And you wonder why I'm popping benzos. There's a rhyme and reason for everything, folks. You just have to understand what they are and examine the facts before you make conclusions about what you think of somebody. Because somebody on YouTube said, he's a bad man. He's a very bad man. Easy to say, hard to prove. Well, how about them? Are they bad men? Damn well know they are. They got their own set of problems. They're living